I want to start talking more about health in my content, you guys, because I really feel like health is way more important than a lot of these distractions out here. Uh, Especially if you're around 40, you're probably running into some kind of health issue. And a lot of it has to do with this crap, right? A lot of it has to do with the fake food, you guys. I love this stuff, it tastes so good, but it leads to problems, right? Have we woke up to this yet? We learned that they put all this stuff out here to trap us, guys. They got sixes on all this food. There's hidden messages in it. They've got everything right there on the ingredients. You know what I mean? They put it right on the package. They just know people won't look up the ingredients, and they use code words in the ingredients, right? So, nonetheless, you guys, there's a lot of distractions out here. You know, politics are number one, and nobody's paying attention to the human race in general. Like, how is the well-being of the human race? Nobody cares. They're more worried about, oh, this guy did this and this. Well, do you have diseases? Like, do you have a lot of health issues? Because you should probably focus your energy on trying to improve your health than on all the distractions. You know what I mean? I have to find myself constantly cutting out distractions, right? So you can focus on what's important, because this world's full of distractions. Find the farmers, sell them locally. Yep, that helps, guys. There's levels to everything. It just depends on where you're at. If there's a lot of people out here that are struggling for their health, and going to a farmer may not be enough. They may have to dig deeper, but that is a great step. Knowing what you're eating is obviously going to be a huge impact compared to getting foods out of boxes and bags, right? Appreciate you guys tapping on that screen. That helps the live. Instagram doesn't push lives like TikTok does. That's why I really never come on here live. And I know it's pretty late for most people, but I love to interact with you guys. Most of you guys on here are like-minded, so you're my favorite people to talk to. And I love when I can actually read through your comments. I feel like we are all sitting in the same living room right now, but it helps me see and trust the great plan. Everything will be made perfect in divine time. I mean, yeah, that's really, if you can look at it that way, but it's a heck of a road getting there. You can look at it that way. That's great. And if you can get through this matrix, that lightheartedly, you're lucky, because I've had to get real greedy in this world to not let it consume me. You know what I mean? It's an energy thing. That everybody wants your energy, and everything wants to steal your energy, right? Look at this media, you guys. Look at all the stuff out here, all the distractions, all the free stuff. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Most of the stuff that we watch is free. Even if you have Netflix, it's like $20 a month. That ain't nothing. They want it that way. They want you distracted. They want it cheap. I mean, look at Prawn. It's free. You can Google it and go watch free videos. There's a reason for that. Yep. Sharpen swords, be equipped, face the battle, overcome with grace. Yeah, and that's great advice. And how would you sharpen swords? You better educate yourself, first of all. That's the first and foremost, you guys, when it comes to the matrix, spirituality, health, anything. You have to educate yourself, because we never were educated in these things, the real important things, right? Like, they didn't teach you spirituality in school. They didn't even give any significance to anything spiritual at all. They pretty much just said, you're this fleshy Big Bang fish that mutated into a human. and we're on a globe spinning. That's what they told us, bro, instead of telling us that this food was fake that we're all about to go into. Right? They could have said, hey, this food is fake, guys. So just know, if you're eating it, it's fake as hell. It's like smoking. They got the cigarettes out there, and that's fine. Everyone smokes for their own reasons. I did it, but it's like, we know cigarettes are bad, so we can be like, all right, you know, I should avoid this. Or if I am doing it, bro, I know it's bad the whole time. So it'll get you understanding to step away from it more. Whereas we were normalized into this fake food, right? So in our minds, we were programmed, bro, that this stuff's chilling. This stuff's FDA approved, and we can just grab this up off the shelf. This is all up in our school. It's all normalized to kids just to eat pure corn syrup, sugar. Where does that make sense? Go watch the movie Idiocracy, you guys. Idiocracy. In that movie, the Gatorade stuff, the Brondo, they call it, that's like corn for us. It's like corn syrup. Everyone's eating corn syrup, living on GMO corn syrup. And it's like, you start looking at the ingredients, turn it around. Everything will start with corn syrup almost. Your bread, bro. Bread, mostly corn syrup. And it's like, think of a child's brain developing on corn syrup that's GMO'd. Bro, that stuff isn't, it's not even, often, sometimes it's not even the edible version of corn. They use a version called dank corn. That's what they feed the animals, guys, to fatten them up. It's like this corn that you could not eat if you tried. It's sad, bro. So it's like, how can your stomach digest this stuff? Hey, Kyle, how are you doing? Things are well, bud. Thanks. By getting on the slide and listening to you, brother, we are sharp at each other's swords right now. Yeah, exactly. We just combine our techniques and our knowledge, right? And like I said, if you arm yourself up with knowledge, if you know what's really cracking out here more, then you have something to defend yourself, because we're all going to be coming up against crap all the time, right? So that's why I say you better pick your poisons wisely in the Matrix. If you have to fast for a day from this stuff, bro, and you got to pick something else, go do that. You see what I'm saying? Pick them poisons wisely, because we all have a health meter. We're playing Grand Theft Auto. We got a health meter, right? And this stuff will knock your health meter down so fast, bro. But if you have like some fruit or something, you know, it does knock you down a little bit, you know, but nothing like this fake stuff. So you just have to understand the levels, you guys, of this food, right? You have to understand what the damage is from this stuff. And we gotta understand it's a slow and steady thing, and you don't feel it. You don't feel the damage. Like if you're getting SIBO in your gut, you don't feel it. You don't know that's happening. So it's because it's so unnatural. The body's not set up to really signal you. That's why you get these late signals in life. Like 20 years later, you learn diabetes, right? Well, it's because the human body's not set up to be just dumping sugar in like this. So it's not going to give you those warning signs quickly. And there's no pain receptors in the gut like that are designed to just go off when you put something fake in it. You know, the gut should go ding, ding, ding. This is fake, and tell you right away. But they have designed it, and the human body is designed to, you know, be able to get rid of the stuff that's innate, but not just to eat something that's innate all the time, right? Yeah, educate yourself, guys. They make the meat protein from poo. Yeah, you guys see that? Yeah, I don't think that's really happening on a major scale. It's more, I post that more for awareness of like what they can do, bro. Like they can turn poop into meat that they can put on a plate and say there's protein, there's XYZ. So that's scary. What's up, Juice? What's up, brother? Nice to see you, man. The Coke has the nanotech. Yeah, I heard about that. You know, guys, Man, there's stuff that I gotta still really talk about out here that's scary, with this nano and stuff, you know, but I gotta be careful. But I'm here to tell you guys right now, there's a product that people are using by the millions that I'm pretty sure has that tech in it, and they're spraying it in these little kids' mouths. I don't know if it really has nano, like the nano that you don't really want, but man, the way that some of these people are spraying the zeolites into their mouths and into these kids' mouths, it's going right into the glands, okay? Um, Man, just think if that stuff had nano and those millions were just cheat, and they were just hitting the kids with it. Think about that. That's millions, bro. Millions and millions of people are doing those zeolites. Yeah, bro. The sugar content is low on that corn. Yeah, you could measure the sugar, but then what does the carbs do from the corn? The carbs raise the blood sugars way higher than even sugar. And there's no sweetness in the corn, so it's like, how are you getting so much sugar out of this corn, bro? This corn is so fake. And then they breed it to be sweeter so they can extract the sweetness from it, but corn is a grass seed, bro. So if you're like, think of it, okay, it's a grass seed, so they turn it into this big thing, cob, right? Like, it's like on a fantasy, you know, movie where they're blowing things up, you guys. And so you have to ask yourself, this corn is a grass seed, so how do they make grass seeds sweet? And then they GMO it too. They're like, bro, we can do anything, we're scientists, so we'll take this in the lab. And they don't care how it ends up. How can they sell it? Oh yeah, you're talking about produce. Yeah. Do I know about oxalates? Yeah, I do know about oxalates. It's a good thing to educate yourself in, guys. I always recommend going on YouTube and search Dr. Berg on any of these health topics. But oxalates are a compound found in plants, right? And it tends to bind up, and it will keep you from absorbing minerals as well. And oxalates also can cause kidney stones, right? So foods that are high in oxalates, like spinach and chocolate and some berries even, unfortunately, you want to watch them if you don't have a good bile in your digestive system, because the stomach bile helps break down those oxalates. Actually, your microbes help more. So if you have SIBO or you have anything in the gut going on that's not digesting properly, which almost everyone in their adult age is having problems when we don't always know it. If you don't have the proper microbes, you can't break down those oxalates. So the oxalates, excuse me, the oxalates can be a lot harder on the body and cause those stones and stuff that people get. So if you are consuming oxalates, make sure your microbes are really good in the gut. Make sure your gut's super healthy and digesting, in order to be able to break those down. Because a lot of these compounds we're learning, like oxalates and phytates and things like these, can be broken down by proper gut microbes. So we learn, if we restore that with the proper probiotics, which I'm going to be talking more about, those microbes will help you break down all of the crap that we're coming in contact with, a lot easier. The grades of the produce, yeah, there's levels to it. Like the fours are your conventional. You want to know what the fours are, guys. The fours, they often spray the shellac. Eights are straight GMOs. So they've got the fours, right, that are modified. So you'll see number fours that are seedless, So the seedless can be non-GMO. Like seedless watermelons are not GMO. So you have that whole thing where it don't really matter if they call it non-GMO because they're genetically modified. If they're seedless, then they're modified, bro. They're not natural. So you have that. Then you have the 8s that are real GMO, or 8 is 8. Yeah, 8 is GMO, and then I think 5 is, or 3 is radiation, right? So they actually use radiation to preserve them too. It's crazy, but really the main thing on the fruit and stuff, you guys, is that they're spraying that shellac bug on it. I just posted that video again. They're spraying the Laccifer bug on the fruit. So if you're getting the 4s, you know, everyone was tripping on the appeal, right? The appeal is freaky and gross, but you guys, the shellac is way more used. It's been used way longer, and it's kind of more gross than even the appeal. The shellac resin, it's a cockroach from India that they've been coating all the fruits with like crazy, and they call it Laccifer. The Laccifer bug. Corn losing 7% of its sugar. Yeah, I don't know. Some of this stuff is so fake. This corn is like plastic. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's really the the focus, is this stuff's not even close to real. We should be using corn for fuel and plastics, guys. You can make plastic out of corn because it's so close to being plastic. You know what I mean? But it can still biodegrade to a degree. It's just going to take a long time. So, much love, guys. Appreciate when you guys get the taps on the screen. Help me push out to my followers. I know I don't go live on here very often, but I do want to come on more. It's also in the V, makes you allergic to meat. Watch this space. We can't escape the food. Detox. Yeah, so with you know, they put the V in everything, so you just have to look at it as, you know, you guys, they've got so many things out here. You just have to focus on trying to get your health meter up, because if you can get your health up, get your immune up, if you're fasting, your immune system is way up, okay? And if you got a higher health bank, then you can handle these things coming at you more, you know, these fake COVIDs or whatever they make up, you know. And if you're fasting, you're detoxing. And if you're not putting in the toxins, then you're detoxing because you're stopping the bleeding, right? It's like if you were smoking cigarettes and you wanted to stop getting the C word from your lungs, you stop smoking, boom. Right when you quit smoking, boom, your body immediately goes into healing mode, right? When you quit smoking, your lungs go, oh my God, I'm not smoking anymore, I'm gonna heal, here I go. And as long as you don't smoke, you're gonna keep healing. But as soon as you smoke again, guess what? The healing stops, it reverses, and you go back to being sick or having the issue with smoking. So it's the same thing with the food. If you cut the fake food, you know, or minimize it, let's say you went from 2 packs a day to smoking 2 cigarettes a day, that's going to be a big difference. And obviously doing no cigarettes is the key. It's the same thing like with the fasting with a lot of these foods. Not everything, but with a lot of the box foods, if you're having problems with health and you're omitting that, that's the first step, right? Look at the box like a box of cigarettes, and then you can look at it like, man, I'm probably really addicted to this food, right? Because we learn we get addicted to it, emotionally attached. Try not eating. If you wonder if you're addicted to food, just try not eating. Try for a day. If you haven't fasted before, try for one day of not eating, bro. It'll be insane. It'll haunt you. It'll be like a demon on your back, like talking to you in your head all day if you're not eating. It's that programmed into us to be eaten. It's wild, bro. So I'm just saying, just know it. If we just understand it, like, hey, we're emotionally attached to this food, we gotta just be careful, because I did it so much where I was like unconsciously eating this stuff, and it adds up, after hours of it as a coping mechanism, eating, emotionally. So anyways, you guys, for tonight, just because it is kind of late, I'm going to get off here. But thanks for those who jumped in and supported and commented. Much love to all you guys who support the content as well. And thanks for coming in. I'm going to try to be going up on here more often, like I always say. So stay tuned, guys.